clearly, you have a right to bring the complaint to the commission's attention. Initially, the commission's responsibility is one of supervision. You bring the complaint to us, and we will make sure that it's investigated. In order to do that, it will be necessary for the persons making the complaint and the witnesses to the complaint to talk to people other than police commissioners. That's how we get our information. It is impossible to adjudicate this matter in a hearing because all of the parties are not here. We would be conducting a trial, and even if we were to conduct a trial, we would want to do some investigatory work other than just taking the testimony of witnesses here in this proceeding.
That's the problem with this family. We have other ideas, but we'd much rather do it locally, here. So you said you can't do it, you can't do it.
What I said
That you wouldn't equip to something.
The commission cannot sit in a public session.
We have nowhere to go.
Conduct hearings in every case of complaints of police misconduct. That would not be an orderly way to investigate these cases. The way to investigate cases is to take statements from the witnesses, have cases investigated, and go through the investigative process.
But if you're not satisfied with it, we've tried that, Mr. Reinhardt. I don't mean no harm. I appreciate what you're saying. But we've tried this stuff for years. It doesn't work. That's the only reason I'm back in here now. It doesn't work. Internal Division Affairs is not going to investigate properly. This is why I'm here now. That's what you said doesn't work. Now, where do we go from here? We're not going to Internal Division Affairs. That's dead. And you said that. Now, where do we go from here? That's the trouble. That's been our trouble in our community all the time. We have nowhere to go to with nobody we can trust.
Reverend Merriweather, are you saying that you will advise the Ponce family and anyone else that has a complaint about police malpractice not to talk to any members of this department other than police commissioners?
This is what I told them to do because we have problems out of Internal Division Affairs. That's exact. And not only me, my whole committee feels that way, Mr. Williams. It's because of the prior record of Internal Division Affairs.
I agree with Commissioner Reinhardt that if you were advising people who have complaints about police malpractice not to talk to anyone but police commissioners, it is impossible for the commission to in any way adjudicate any of these complaints.
Have come over the years, and we have said to those people, take it to the police department and make your complaint. And there's been very little satisfaction. We're now saying we're advising them instead to come directly to this commission and asking the commission to create a responsible way of investigating those cases so that we, the public, can begin to recognize where the problems are.
We believe we have with the new procedure. And what I'm asking you is to give us an opportunity to allow this new procedure to work. If it doesn't work, and we don't resolve the kinds of problems that some people believe exist, then we'll talk about it at that time. But give us a chance to make it work.
You want them to hear Mrs. Ponce this afternoon? Is that the case to you? We have the affidavit.
I don't think that is appropriate.
Abused in varying degrees, in some cases physical injuries. So it's a reprehensible sort of illustration that makes us think we live in Hitler's Germany rather than in the United States of America. Will you then take this matter and this illustration, and will you at the same moment see to it that the police will not harass this family as they try? They are newcomers to this matter. They are not used to appearing before a commission. They are not used to dealing with the police in any fashion. Will you see to it that they are, in a sense, you know, in such a fashion that they can get their story out to you without harassment and without fear of harassment?
Not only with respect to
Deliberately, we're prepared to let this be one of our test cases. We're not going to say we will forget the past, because that past is, in too many people's memories, too vivid. But we're saying we're prepared to follow this illustration, and let's see what happens, and let's see whether or not we can proceed in such a fashion that, for the most part, we in the community and the police department and you are satisfied that we have gotten to a measure of truth that helps to correct.
I think
Of course, 2 of the Eula Love report, numerous statements in the League's letter are, to put it kindly, inaccurate.
The Ponce case, we received the case of the Ponce family shortly after the incident occurred, which we referred to Reverend Merriweather. Since the inception of CAPA, we've been trying to work within the system to try to get some alleviation of the police repression that's coming down in our community on a day-to-day basis. And only to find that some of these government officials are in collusion with the police on police crimes. So therefore, we will not be recommending any cases to internal affairs in the future because of the past history with internal affairs, where we've brought people down, they've been arrested in terms of trying to file a complaint. So we're going to set up a system where we'll be screening complaints, running them through Reverend Merriweather, and bringing them directly to this commission. If this commission gives the appearance that they're an independent review board, I think that it's time to let the people know that. And it's also time to let the people know if they do not have the capacity to work in that area, then let the people know that, so the people can act accordingly and go about the business of setting up an independent review board on their own, which I think they have the capability to do. I don't want to take...
Reverend Merriweather, before we,
Question. Do you remember the witnesses I had in here?
8 witnesses.
I had 8 2 weeks ago. Every one of them been picked up, but the 2 girls, and the reason I guess she wasn't picked up because she was pregnant. Every one of those boys were picked up.
This is what we are led to understand, that 6 of the 8 have been now arrested on suspicion.
Suspicious of burglary, suspicious of this, and suspicious of that.
And they came here first.
I brought them right here, and you
Tuesdays
refused
ago.
to take the case. That's why I didn't want Internal Business Affairs to go up there every time. Ever since we've been going to Internal Business Affairs, this same kind of junk happens. This is why we'll never go to them no more. We'll never take a case. This family here is not going to Internal Business Affairs. So because every time, even before this time, Mr. Reinhardt, I got proof, because I brought a mini case down here to the police commission. I got witnesses in here, even in the police commission was said. And we would take them, try to be nice, try to go along with the crooked system, rotten system, go upstairs, Internal Business Affairs come back, and program, first thing they do, they program the witnesses and tell them that, I guarantee you, I could have choked you out before then. I heard this. So we decided not to go to Internal Business Affairs. We come back last week again, so maybe they're going to do better, since we got another chief. Last week, I brought Mr. Preston in, I called to talk to some of the young men about the case, about Internal Business Affairs investigation. They locked up. I bring the name to you, Chief, because this act is true, and this is nothing new. This is the kind of mess we've been having in our community for years, and we're not going to put up with it no more. We're not going to allow. I'll bring the names to you.
I wish you would.
I'm going to bring them, but when you do something about it.
Why don't you bring the names before you begin talking about it? That
Okay,
might be
let me ask you a
worthwhile.
question.
Why don't you do that first?
When you do
Why
something
don't
about
you
it.
bring the names instead of bringing the issue up?
When you do something about it.
I don't understand why you don't bring the names. Do something about what? I don't even know what it's about.
Well, I think
You make an accusation, you both make an accusation, you provide no evidence. This has happened in this commission before. You have made accusations that you have not come back and provided information on.
Name one.
Now, Oh,
I have much right as you. You sit there and said everything. I bought a lot of stuff on myself. That's a lie before I went to court.
are you not in court?
You told that.
Are you
before,
not in court?
You told that before I went to court.
Are you not in
made
court?
that accusation to Chief Gates before I went to court.
Are you in?
Helping to fight the crime that we want to see fought in the black community. Instead, we're saying to this commission that the You Will Love case represents only one of citizens whose welfares are being brutalized. On the other side, helping us to stop those areas of criminality that we'd like to see stopped.
Can I say something?
Yes. The concerns you have.
That was written by a lady by the name of Miss Pansy, who claimed that she had been, her whole family had been beaten by the police. And I have here affidavits of each one of the person who were attacked. Also, we brought in a couple of witnesses. And I would rather for her to come and explain it to you if I'm alive to herself, because I wasn't there. And may I say this, Mr. Reinhardt, from now on, when they come to me, I'm going to bring them to you. If they come to me with witnesses, I'm not bringing everybody that come, because some of them, I'll be honest, I wouldn't bring. But there are some people I believe, like I did Michael Preston. I believed him, and I believe this lady. And that's the reason I brought the family down, because if you don't do it, they say, bring the people, bring the...
There are many complaints, as you very well know, of police misconduct. Under the system for investigating and determining those cases, the Commission can review those matters when there is dissatisfaction with the outcome of the process, but the initial review, investigation, and determination have to be made, and that will resolve